a filmmaker that pretty much belongs to like a West Coast that's not really well represented. So Aaron Katz, who's been in the indie film game since Dance Party USA in 2006. He's getting involved in a project called Blood Ties. So this week, we have three central actors to the story that were cast. So yeah, let's go into where Aaron Katz is in his career and sort of like what this project smells like or looks like or feels like to you.
So, I mean, career-wise, Aaron Katz, it's been interesting because a lot of his, I guess you would say, contemporaries, I would say like Alex Ross Perry or Joe Swanberg, Amy Seimetz, they've all kind of moved into the next levels of their career with
Mhm.
more mainstream kind of projects or at least more exposure. And I feel like he's still been at a certain level of indie world sort of fame
Yeah,
or
kind of like
status.
the Zellner brothers in a way.
Yeah, that's a really good comparison as well. So it feels like this project, which has a lot of New Yorker article, it's a detective story. I feel like this is going to be his project that sort of gets him into the next level of filmmaking. That I feel like he's been sort of. I think Gemini was sort of that film that almost got him there, and this might push him over.
Yeah, so this project stars, so it's potentially from a detective's point of view. And so I'm going to screw up her name. It's Juju Mbatha-Raw with Kernan Shipka from Mad Men and Cole Sprouse, who essentially play a couple on the run. Now, this is based on a true story. It's been covered by the 2020s of this world, and essentially what we come to discover is that um, that uh, potentially this couple, not both people are not, how can I say this, they're
How
both
does they seem?
exactly, and they're not both guilty parties.
Mm.
And so I won't spoil any elements here, but essentially it's two people that are on the run, and apparently the real life figures escaped to Europe for almost half a decade. And so this is about tracing those steps. First thing that came to mind was Natural Born Killers, but after that it got replaced by Andrew Jarecki's All Good Things. So sort of like how being part of a wealthy family might can take its toll and essentially push people to go off the deep end. And so yeah, if there's any thriller elements to this, great. But I think the story about the human condition and how we deal with sort of like our parents, um, and like having that like a true discord between uh, the adult child and people of a different generation. I think it's gonna I think we might be seeing facets of that in this film.
Yeah, well, it really sounds like the darker secrets that are behind like the facade of the middle class or suburban life or whatever. So, and that's all really good territory for Aaron Katz, who who's putting together easily his most starry project to date for sure.
Yeah, and Blood Ties, it's a play on words. It's obviously it's about that linkage and between family members, but it's also about um, DNA and how we incriminate people, and so yeah, the crime scene was especially bloody.
I'm Eric Lavallée. I'm editor-in-chief and site owner for IONCINEMA.com, and this is
Kevin Jagernauth, contributing writer for the playlist.
and together we are IndieSponge.